Combine. We've got every GM doing press conferences. I'm just reading quotes from the Bears GM, Ryan Poles, about DJ Moore. I feel like there are two kinds of these quotes. The one is where the GM just patently denies any interest in moving a player. Those reports are untrue. I don't know where this stuff comes from. They get all defiant and insist that there won't be a trade, like Dave Gettleman did about Odell Beckham, like a month before he traded Odell Beckham.
Like the Raider guy did. I already referenced it. Like we're in the business of collecting great players. Max Crosby's not going anywhere. I don't know if he said not going, but he
it's our intention that he's on the team.
He was defiant about it to an extent.
Yeah, to like maybe a 7.5 out of 10 extent, maybe.
Right.
I mean, it gets more. The Patriots GM denied some report about their interest in a certain free agent. It's like just not true. Whatever. The Bears GM said about DJ Moore, this is like not 7.5. This is more like 4. We want him here. We think highly of him, but this is the time now where we have to look at all the scenarios that will allow us to put the best team out there.
Right.
He's a guy we want here, but we have to look at all the scenarios. That's almost you're gone.
Yes, it is.
It's not even 4. Maybe it's like 2.5.
Yeah.
It's pretty low. So there's all kinds of that, and that's like what I say. There's two different kinds of quotes here: the defiant, angry, "Shut up! You're lying! How dare you!"
And we still think you're going to trade the player anyway.
We don't even really care.
Then there's, he's good. We like him, but we might have better guys. Yeah. Actually, and he's making X amount of money, and, none of that gets said, but it's all like the super fans of the team know exactly, probably to the dollar, how much DJ Moore counts against the cap and whether or not they should make room for other pass catchers and get rid of them, which is kind of the way the wind's blowing on that, it seems.
Is he on your list?
I can't say I'm against the idea. I would listen. I don't know the money. I've not really looked too hard at it, but it's not something I would rule out.
He might be a cheap draft pick. The way this reads and kind of where the Bears are at. He was productive for them later on in the season. We talked about him recently. And like he's in fantasy, he's somebody that I try to never draft unless it's like too good a price. But last year, he did have some good weeks toward the end of the season, and that's really when you want good weeks in fantasy. In the playoffs, their last play was a pass to him that he didn't finish the route on, it seemed, and he was criticized for that, and the Rams went and won the game in overtime, right? That game against the Bears was an overtime game. The Bears scored late to tie it incredibly, and the Rams won the game in overtime. So I want to go back to that maybe, but I want to say this first. DJ Moore, like I told you last time, I don't really care. There's always an excuse for him. And he doesn't have good quarterbacks. He's walking off the field during a play.
Yeah.
I've got whatever happened at the end of that game last year. I've always got some reason to sort of like not buy in, or maybe I'm supposed to buy in even though I don't want to buy in on DJ Moore. It's been too long now. It's a little bit of Amari Cooper for me, this player. But Cooper, before the Bills traded for him, he got hot. The end of hotter than DJ Moore just did.
Yeah.
The year before, and I relaxed on that.
He had a massive season the year before he got traded here.
Late.
Yeah.
With Flacco.
Right.
Late.
Yeah.
I mean, he won Week 16 in Houston. He had a huge, maybe a 50-point fantasy game. Then they played the following Thursday night against the Jets, and you only got to the finals if you had Amari Cooper, and then they benched him because he was hurt. So anyway.
I think I maybe want to adjust my. I'm open to anything, but that you better do better than that. DJ Moore, I might be guilty of just lumping him in with Curtis Samuel because they were teammates on Carolina.
Okay.
But it feels like that level. It feels like that level of signing or acquisition. Josh Palmer, Moore's done a lot more maybe than both of those guys. But I don't know. I want to shoot higher, I think. And maybe that's not realistic, but my favorite idea is still, because if we're talking about a trade, then we're taking on a contract that's probably pretty significant. If they just release the player, well, that's a different story. But I still like the Brian Thomas Jr. idea the best because it's going to cost me less money, which is my bigger problem. I mean, the price you pay to acquire matters too, and DJ Moore would almost, if he comes with a big number, contract-wise, would not cost you anywhere near what Brian. He's not going to cost you a first-round pick like Brian Thomas Jr. That's more like a third or fourth, maybe. So there's always that balance. But I like someone who I don't have to pay big money to right away. And that's where Brian Thomas Jr. is living.
DJ Moore has averaged 1,000 yards per season for his entire career. 1066, if you want the exact number. Last year were career lows for him in catches and yards, even with whatever spike you got late. But he's averaged over 1,000 yards. I mean, there's another guy that I think of more for that stat. The post Diggs, the Bills have not had a 1,000-yard receiver, and it's sort of the other side of the coin I was talking about. But if you gave him Josh Allen, you'd probably expect 1,000 yards. That would need to happen for that to be worth it. I don't know the money. There's got to be some real money.
How many years are we talking about?
8. That's pretty good. You're averaging 1,000 yards playing for Carolina and Chicago over 8 years. That's pretty good.
Also
over 90 catches 3 times.
Also means he's been in the league 8 years, which means what is he, 30?
He'll be 29 in April.
Okay, all right. So he showed up young. That helps a little. I was thinking 8 years in he could be, 30 on the nose.
Almost.
Already, but he's not quite there yet.
Also, he went to Maryland like Diggs. So maybe that's a reason to like this idea. I don't know. I am more interested in Mike Evans. Speaking of players who are known for 1,000-yard seasons, I am more interested in Mike Evans. Like I said, when his name came up a week or two ago, and I know all the listeners in Rochester, there's no possible way you would have known about that. You have no idea what we talked about last week. There's no way to find out.
That's right.
Mike Evans would be a great Bill. Like, to me, late stage, sure. Obviously. Maybe he's broken down. I don't know. Like, he had a couple of injuries last year, but he's big. That tends to hold up. He's going to be older than DJ Moore. He goes back to the Watkins draft. Evans, 14. So what? He's going to be like 32 or 33 probably. But I would roll the dice with him. That's what I would want. I think he'd be a great Bill. Evans has like the attitude, the size, the toughness, the experience. Like, the Bills have not had an alpha receiver since Diggs. Here's one.
Yeah, that is maybe even age-wise, point in the career-wise, injury history, it's a little Von Miller-y. It's like a credible, this guy is an unquestioned Hall of Fame caliber player. And you might have thought he was going to play his whole career in one place. I mean, when he got Miller, he'd already been 2 places, but I'm going to just hang on with it. Like, how did the league treat that? I know how we did, and it was similar. Like, that's a real idea. Look at you. And I think Evans, he's older than Miller was at the time the Bills got him, I think now.
Maybe.
But I think like the amount of the caliber of name, the caliber of player is, it almost puts, it almost sort of stiff arms how old is he? Are you sure? How old is he? Because he's been so good for so long. It took multiple injuries this year for him to finally not get 1,000 yards.
Right. You can choose not to care about his age, you're saying.
Yeah.
The Bills.
I think. Yeah. That is what I'm saying. I do like that. I wonder what is he probably wants a big bag somewhere. right? I mean, he'd like to win again, but he's already won, right? I mean, he's a part of that Brady team that won.
Yep.
So it's not like he has to go ring chasing. I mean, he could choose to go ring chasing for a second ring, but he's not chasing his first. So you're talking probably big dough.
Yep, I would think.
Right? Like,
can we do that?
We
can always do that.
I know what the going. I'm looking at DJ Moore right now. By the way, his cap number is $28.5 million for the next 4 seasons. That's the contract. 23 is the base salary each of those 4 years. This takes him through his age 32 season. He will be a UFA in 2030 when he's 33 years old.
I don't think I want to do that at all.
So, if he gets cut, that's a different thing. But that is a bonkers contract. So, but with that said, what is Mike Evans on the open market? 2 for $50?
Okay, it's not 4.
Am I getting away with that? Like, is that enough? I don't know. Can I pad that with a third year? Probably somehow, like void years and all that kind of junk. Maybe, but I don't think he signs for a penny less than that, and that might not even be enough. He's Mike Evans.
That's right. He might want to stay in Tampa. There was a report that he was open to moving, which is probably what you say or leak when you're not getting what you want from Tampa, because it's always, well, not always, but you'd want to think a guy would want to finish his career with one team like this.
Maybe he takes 2 for $50 to stay in Tampa. But if you're going to get him to go somewhere else, it might get to 4 by 100, 3 by 70, whatever. I'm working in $25 million increments here. I hope that would be enough. I don't know that I'd be interested in going much farther than that.
Yeah, well,
so it's big. It
depends on what you'd have to do, right?
Right. It'll be big. It'll be big money if he gets there. I think you're going to have to pay more to get him out of there than you would to get him to stay. I would guess, but I mean, what do I don't know Mike Evans, but that just seems like it would take a lot to get him to leave, I think.